Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video on the channel. With there being a new PDS update in the last week, we have had a whole bunch of new Datamine images thanks to ReasonableMadness, who has a lovely Twitter page who you can go and follow, or her YouTube page where both of the links for them are down in the description. Now with that, I decided to cram all of them into one video, so I've got some Atomic Shop items which I'll show first of all, and then we've got the new Season 20 items which I'll show after that. There's a whole bunch to get into, so I hope you all enjoy. If you do, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe as I'll keep you up to date with all future data mines as well as these ones, and let's dive straight into the data mines. Alright, for the new upcoming Atomic Shop items that have been data mined, we have a new Doctor's Orders cigarette machine. This is going to be a new camp collector, and no doubt it's going to be collecting different bits and bobs relating to cigarettes, which will be very helpful for your daily challenges. We also have another look at that floor decoration item, which is the mulch barrel. That's going to be coming in as well, and we also have a new fusion core recharger themed around Fashnat. One which I actually really like the look of, it was a new camp structure called the Watchtower. I think this will fit in really well with a camp, and I'm actually quite excited to build with it. There's a new chemistry workbench as well called Toxic Tinctures. It looks like an alright kind of item, but I kind of like the fact how it has shelving and stuff going around with it as well, so definitely one to keep an eye out for. There's a new backpack as well, which I also actually really like because it's kind of a lore-friendly realistic bag and it looks pretty cool. This is called the Saddle Bag. Now, one which I actually find really cool, like these are some really strong Atomic Shop data mined items. This is going to be the Red Rocket Robot Power Armor skin, and on top of this as well, it's going to have a jetpack. So overall, an absolutely awesome looking item. I actually think this is really cool and looking forward to this. Now finally, the last one for the Atomic Shop data mines is a new shelter that's coming in, and this is going to be the Radiant Remedy. It appears quite similar to one that we had quite recently. I forget the name of it now, but it was kind of like a tomb. This one looks quite similar, although it has like a radiation theme around it. Lots of rooms by the look of it, and a decent little kind of hideaway to decorate in my opinion. Now next up, we have a whole bunch of images around the new Season 20 scoreboard that's meant to be on the way as of March. People are claiming it's going to be coming on March the 3rd, but we don't know that for sure yet, so just keep your ears open for any news around that. These items start off with a new planter set called the Boneyard Patch. This is going to be kind of like a camp flood kind of item where you can plant crops on it, so one to keep an eye out for with that. We also have a new mask, which is going to be a glowing ghoul mask. This is one which I feel like we've had something extremely similar before, but it's meant to be on the way in the season nonetheless. There's also a new weird one, which is another headwear apparel item, which is the Nosy Glasses, which is the stereotypical kind of disguise looking item. That's meant to be on the way as well. There's another Vault-Tec hazmat suit coming in with this yellow variation. Another camp collector on the way. This one is going to be called the Meat Cooker, which is kind of like a giant kebab. Not sure what type of meat it'll collect as of yet, but one that could be potentially helpful for your daily challenges yet again. Now another camp collector, which is one that I actually kind of like the idea of. This one is going to be a toxic goo camp collector. Now if you are a bloodied build, you're probably going to be using toxic goo or something else that's quite similar. This is something that's quite helpful because you can get it at your camp rather than having to go to West-Tech. There's a very interesting new item as well, which is classed as a camp decoration, but it's called the Pyrotechnic Kit, and it's got the name of Nuclear. Now there's two images with this, one of it sat there looking like a silo, and then another image of it which is just a giant green explosion, so I'm guessing you can connect this to power and a switch and make a giant explosion happen, kind of like the fireworks. Another item on the way is going to be the Goo Tub. I'm not entirely sure whether or not this will actually help boost your radiation, or whether or not it's just some funky kind of new jacuzzi style item, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Either way, if you're not picking up already, it's going to be pretty much radiation related this season. Some more clutter items like we've seen in the past. We've got a bunch of chems now. There's also a new movie projector on the way, which is ghoul themed, as you can see on screen. The actual projector thing is quite interesting with a skeleton holding it up, but yeah, another one of them to see. There's a new Mr. Fuzzy on the way with the ghoul theme. It's a bit kind of horrifying when you look at its head, but it is a kind of cool item. Now one item which is very unique that we have not seen before, or well, one item I say, but there's multiple of it, is a new floor decoration item, which is the posing skeletons. There's a few different images of these and you can place them down at your camp, and weirdly these are not the only thing in this kind of fashion, as we're also going to be getting some new shooting targets, which is the petrified corpses, something which I never thought we'd actually get to place down at our camps, but it looks like it's going to be on the way. On theme with these as well, there's going to be a new bunch of floor decoration items with the skeleton parts coming in as well. Not entirely sure if these are going to be all multiple like individual parts or whether these are going to be like a full item in itself. However, the image on the table does make it look like it's going to be kind of separated in some kind of way. Next up is an item which I actually really like, which is a new statue which is themed around the Ghoul Vault Boy, and I actually really like the artwork on this thing. I think it's really cool, and I hope there's more stuff like this in terms of the art style and stuff, because I really like the cartoony ghoul that's in there. Like, this makes me think of like a Fallout game if it was a bit cartoony, how cool it would look. But yeah, before I go off on a tangent, the next item is a Vault Girl variation of the ghoul, and yeah, another really cool item which I really like. They do appear to come in two separate kind of conditions though, as you can see on screen. We've got the big variation where you're seeing a character stood next to them where it's showing you they are really big, and then we have a small variation of these items as well where they can actually fit on top of a table or something like that. There's a new Stein on the way with the Mini Nuke Stein. Another radiation barrel on the way is a floor decoration item called the Unfortunate End with a skeleton inside of a rad barrel. On top of this, we have a whole bunch of other kind of rad barrel items with the chemical barrel drum on the way. Appears to be two of these with a yellow and a blue variation. A really cool idea one now is going to be this new set of musical instruments, and they're not kind of like what we've seen in the past. Instead, these are going to be radiation barrels where you can use them as a kind of barrel drum, so definitely a unique item with that one. Another really cool item, I feel like they're going pretty all out with these new items that's coming in, but this is going to be a new furniture set called the Ultrasight Furniture Set, which appears to have giant bits of ultrasight that you can use as tables and stools and chairs. So yeah, definitely one to look out for. Definitely that ultrasight throne as well, which you'll see at the end there, which is really cool. There's a new table on the way called the Nuclear Barrel Table. Some really cool new lights as well called the Ultrasight Wall Light, which is literally just pieces of ultrasight stuck to the wall that emit light, so pretty cool with that one. After that, we also have a new camp structure called the Mini Cooling Tower. This is literally like a giant silo thing that you can build at your camp, so a really cool looking one there. There's a new camp utility item with the blue Nuka-Cola vending machine. A pretty odd one up next. This one is classed as a camp utility item and is called the Nuke Generator. So I'm presuming this thing will emit power, but we'll have to wait for that one to get added in. Another camp utility item now coming in is a new slime cake. Bit of a disgusting looking one, but hey ho, might fit what you want in life. Moving on to wall decorations now, we have a new bathroom hoop with a towel on. There's a new bathroom toilet paper holder, which I don't know, make your mind up for yourself. Is the toilet roll the right way or the wrong way? I don't even know. I don't even use a holder. I just sit on top of the radiator. We're also going to be getting a broken urinal added in, something that we've not had before. Then we've also got the end of season wall art, which you can see on screen there. Something to look forward to. I do enjoy collecting these, and they are a bit different to what we previously had, but they're quite cool nonetheless. We also have a new ghoul sign on the way. It appears these come in a multiple kind of different formats, so as you can see there's two images on screen and they've kind of separated them on the second image, so maybe these are all like loads of individual ones that's just been clumped together. Another item linking in with the goo and stuff like that, you can also get the wall decor item, which is goo splatter. This comes in a few different variations, 5 in total I believe, as you can see on screen. Something that I don't think we've seen in a while, we're also getting some new movie posters. This used to be quite a big theme back in the day, but now we're getting more of them, and these are going to be themed around the ghoul. So pretty cool looking images there of the different posters that's meant to be on the way. I believe there is 3 in total, potentially 2, so they kind of look, they kind of look very similar, so it's hard to tell. In fact, no, there's 2. I think there's 2, I don't even know. I'll share the images on screen, you can make your mind up for yourselves, but overall some pretty cool looking items. And then we start going on to some new armor skins, and these armor skins are going to be for the Brotherhood of Steel infantry armor, which is called the Radium skin. Kind of makes you look like a glowing skeleton. You can also get a jetpack armor skin as well. You can also get it for the civil engineer, the robot armor, and the Secret Service, as well as the Scout armor. Overall, some pretty solid looking pieces, so definitely some to look out for. There's a new flare on the way with the Nuclear Backpack Flare, a new loot bag with the loot bag guts, And then we've got a really kind of cool army themed kind of new power armor on the way, and this one's going to be called the Sharpshooter. It's kind of like a power armor in a ghillie suit, and it's actually really awesome, and I actually really like it. I wish it was a bit more bolder in terms of its colours, but visually, the design of it and stuff, I really like. There's a new 50 cal skin with the irradiated variation, and we also have an irradiated version for the auto axe as well as the Fat Man. Oh, as well as the flamer, as well as the Gatling gun. Oh, and as well as the railway rifle as well, and the V63 laser carbine. Oh, and finally the last image I have for you is the irradiated version of the Western revolver. Oh well guys, that is all of the Datamine images that's meant to be getting added in with the future Atomic Shop items, as well as the Season 20 scoreboard. So let me know what your favourite items were down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.